Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Go, Sweetie! All day, every day.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. We are going.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, Charlie. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, you got 3 down. Check 24. Inside. Clear, Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On second down now, it's Howard. And all the way down to the 29. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 29-yard line. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut, as you described, and sprinted into the second.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased if they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Man left, man left. Alert. 3 down. Peek in. Callie, don't left, Callie. Shoot. Take 30.
Throwing is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Box it. 57 to Mike.
Rodgers going to throw. Looking deep for Adams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Slam. Say, Mike. Check 9. SOS.
A carry now for McKissick. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 5-4. Man out. Easy. 54's Mike. Check.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't called before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Here we go. 20.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Wentz. It's complete. It Sproles. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing is Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Now Wentz, caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Come on, now. Watch it. Jimmy, 26. Zoom. Watch the inside. Jim.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
And that is first down. First and 10 at the 28. 26-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. I got it 50. Hey, you block over here.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got his man, it's Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Foxtrot. 57.
Throwing now is Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This is taken at his 4. Uses the spin. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 1st down, Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well timed there by Richard Sherman, a sack on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
26.
This time they stay on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, 626. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Hey, 88.
Check Mike 57. Here we go.
Hey, high 7.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 23.
Check four.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
57, run. 57. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, check.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Howard. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Great 15. 46 down, man. 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 37. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Check 50. Check 50. Sponge. No.
On 1st down, Howard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They go with Howard again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw is Wentz. Out to his left. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first. Wentz now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll go again with McKissick. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 30 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll run with McKissick. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Check, Mike 57, Mike 57.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Switch gears.
Yeah, Liz. Box it. Motion.
57 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.